here is immediately followed by sarcastic comments and nasty responses.
Yep, we're finally where we belong.
Don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Put a chick in it, make her gay. Put a chick in it, make her name it gay.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
That's all, brother. I had it.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part, too.
Very good. Well, if you can't get out of it, get into it.
Welcome to Inside the Badger Den with the Angry Badger and Mr.Techrat.
Remember this one? This is a classic I'm going to try and bring back. What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Inside the Badger Den, episode 21 somehow. Let me keep going. I don't have the mental math to decide how long it's going to be before we hit 100, but we're well on the way. Joined, of course, by always, Mr. Techrat, unpaid intern, king, DEI officer. You have a lot of Sultan of Technocratic.
As a man, I require all the titles.
You're not really a man, you're a rat, but you're a person. So as a person.
I identify as a man rat.
All right. I'll allow it.
Yeah, 21. The den is old enough to purchase alcohol now.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. Let's see who we got. Yeah, by the way, he says not first. I mean, you might have been here watching first. I think even my mom says she was the first, if you trust what that woman says. I do. But no, Vulcan was the first to actually say something. So shout out, Charlie. God, I just saw everyone here. I know. I think Jeremy's still going at Cobra Cast, so I understand if people aren't showing up. Plus, apparently the algorithm is being mini a wonk to people on the U of Tubes right now, including Friday Night Tights and Hypnotic. So thank you all for showing up. God, look at you. Lady Aaron, newly wrenched because they are just the wrenches, the mods that like roam the deserts of our corner of the internet. Who else? God.
I am okay with that.
Hi, diddly hi, neighborino, Zach, of course. God, yeah, no. Let's see. See? That's brand loyalty. By the way, I did use my 6th month membership on CobraCast 199 to ask Jeremy if I could ever be on Tuesday night's main event or one of the morning shows. And first, I thought he was going to dismiss me, but he saw that I was like, I've been on Open Bar and I stream with Nerd Wars. And he said, okay, I'll check it out. So who knows? Who knows? You can't say I didn't try. I know you're so diligent of these mods. All right. Hold on. Good. I'm fine with vamping. We play the Vidge games. Yeah, we do. Lifelong. Since Halo, since Mortal Kombat 2.
Speaking of Halo, apparently we need to get back on to Infinite and try it out with the new update.
Try it out.
But yeah, we'll talk about games for sure.
Halo Infinite. That's the Halo game that they released without co-op for the first time ever.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Then,
moving up. Yeah, well, we'll see.
What you could do on your own in that game, you were locked out of certain achievements where you couldn't go back and collect certain data points and things like that.
No one even talks about that game anymore.
No.
Yeah, excuse me. No one ever. I know it was like a downward progression ever since 343 took over, but yeah, no. Liked it for what it was, but then quickly when I realized we weren't going to be able to actually play together, giggity, I left. There's no point. I mean, yeah, maybe come back to it. Apparently, there's a lot of games that we got to come back to. Starfield's getting a new update and expansion pack and vehicles. Varying degrees of who gives a shit. But yeah, a lot of games. If you're playing Fallout 76, that's got an expansion pack coming out. I don't know. A lot of different things. It was a very busy week. A lot of fast moving things happened. I think some things happened a lot faster than we thought. That's not a sex joke. It was longer than 38 seconds, but Hail Riz. Yeah, I know. He was there. He was there in Cobra Cast when I asked. And shout out, said it would be cool to see me on Tuesday night's main event and get to scream over probably Epic Mike. Shout out Epic Mike. Hold on. Oh, it's horrible. See, at least I was able to mute, unlike some people on some streams that I won't say. I'm more excited for the Pal World. You know, I've never played Pal World, even though I've had access to it on multiple.
I did play it. It's okay, and it would be more fun with people, even though you don't play video games with me anymore, like you said.
Yeah, I'm a liar.
Jen, what in short detail is the update that you were excited about for it? I hadn't heard anything about the new update.
Yeah, no, yeah. You tell us that, and let's get into just the start of the week. This was on May the 4th. This is how we started out the day, and the petition at the time was at like 80 or 75,000. So right now, this is the current one, 84. But at the time, so we started off just reminding people, and it still has people gaining. Like every time I think, oh, they're not going to say anything, they do, in fact. Oh, I didn't know about this petition, or oh, I just signed the petition. So that's still going, and we got a slight update on that, but that's not until today's videos. Oh, Jesus. Let's get to these real quick. Well, first, before we get to him, if at the Angry Badger had a female counterpart, would she be called the Angry Beaver? Well, apparently, because already people multiple times playing into the joke and not have said Angry Beaver. But yeah, I would be fine with that being my evil counter. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
Spot on point.
The Latinx, who did go back to Latinx over Latine, because Latine sounds like latrine, and I don't know why they did that. Lod, my man Lod, for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you.
Hail.
Sorry for is it? I mean, late and gay is what we're all supposed to be doing.
Hey, come in when you want.
Come in with you. Do you want to go? Go. You want to stay? Relax. Yeah, no, thank you, brother. It really is. I love, like, God, I see you everywhere, bro. More than one Lod. I see some Lods with a different set of numbers after, but they're all Lods are equal.
There can be only Lod.
Excuse me, Cat's Paw, shout out. And I did see you, Cat's Paw, right at the end of Hypnotic his Hypnocast, saying that you were going to watch some Angry Badger videos. So thank you. Yeah, no, a lot of times when views are lower than normal, I am one to be like, well, people just didn't care, or the algorithm this, but apparently, and I think even Yellow or Clownfish put out something, the algorithm is being very wonky, and videos that would normally be recommended to return viewers, which YouTube is kind enough to explain to you if you read the fine print, the more return subscribers come and like and watch your videos, the more it's suggested in the coming up next and home. And that's not happening. And that's why we saw Friday Night Tights at 4,000 less. That's why we saw Hypnotic at like a couple hundred less than like the last couple days. So it can't be everyone just suddenly had a date on Friday or everyone lost interest. So yeah, just some that's a long way to say thank you for showing up. We didn't think anyone would. Yeah. What do you
let alone 20 in under 10 minutes.
It's got to be some sort of record. Consistency is the only thing I can say. And speaking of some sort of record, the Helldivers. Oh, here, let's see what they. Clownfish was suggesting that the algorithm has been changed on YouTube. Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm suspecting, that they switched it up for other things. And that's all right. I've heard and seen this happen before, and then everyone sort of washes out, and then it latches onto a new one, and then we all go onto that one, and then it goes right back. But you know what? Engagement doesn't matter. Had engagement. Doesn't matter. Had engagement. It is. I've had to search for stuff a lot this week, not showing up in my recommended like usual. Yeah. Thankfully, I remember a lot to go, what's so-and-so doing? What's Hypnotic doing? What's Leona doing? They'll be streaming after us. But yeah, if it doesn't suggest you, it can be out of sight, out of mind. But anyway, what was not out of sight, out of mind was the immediate and visceral thank you, Tech Mouse, who I'm sure has no relation to the other rodent on this stream. This is the best stream for $4.99. Thank you. I can't disagree, even if there might be some bias there. I'm biased too. Only 23 out of 22 likes like the stream. Well, I mean,
Yes.
Here he is. There's the man. Hail to Alec Baldwin's free. He don't miss. But it's great seeing you on GCA streams. I say it every time, but I'll say it every time. Much like pinching the cheeks of a cute little kid when you visit, I will pinch Alec Baldwin's cheeks on every stream. Oh, look at him streaming, him and Hayden Wayne, making Nerd Wars so proud. All right. Yeah. This pissed off everyone immediately with the linking of the PlayStation Network account that we then go on to find that a shocking number of countries didn't have access to. This will be listed in the annals or anals of history, depending on how you want to say it. You say so every time, laugh out loud, totally no relations. All right, I guess I underestimate the amount of rodents out there, but remember, there's always cats out there. There's a cat's paw out there.
Well, we also have the big rat killer.
Yeah, well, he did. I think a couple people said that you're the only one they trust.
Yeah, some of us are
you're,
good.
you're the only one they trust. And yeah, this is what I suspected is too. YouTube, obviously, I mean, they literally tell you can't talk about certain things. So, of course, they would try to bump, which, by the way, I did. I'm not going to name names. He named names. I'm not going to name names, but I do realize, and I've seen now, there are like the anti-us's. There are you know how we're like anti-woke and like anti the message? There's anti-based, pro-woke message channels that like talk shit on Critical Drinker and all of it. It's great. I mean, respect the grift. Congratulations to them. What's going on, Matthew? I love to see some new people. Damn, I'm late. Well, first, that fucking goes without saying. At least that second part. Always, and without fail. But no, that's all right, baby. No one wants to show up to the party too early like John. No offense, John.
Like we did last weekend.
Yeah, like we did. Yeah, we showed up late to an event or thinking we were late, and we still almost got roped into setting shit up, which you never want to do. So, yeah. Immediate and visceral backlash, and then that rolled right into this of the community managers. It was a long and dirty road here. The community managers talking about here. I don't want to scroll, but I will go down for. I'll just see Nerd Wars. I'm listening. So this is the thing, right? It came out telling everyone, sorry, got to link it up. And then the community managers, which we find out had no goddamn idea about, including the CEO here, say this Pilestead right there. And then this was Spitz, not to be confused with Swallows, who started off coping, saying that like, oh, it doesn't matter. Who cares? This is the first of many. It fucking really was, Caspa. It was like a goddamn a reality show, talking about who cares. And then, yes, I can see that he was like the first person to be like, well, you know what? Why don't you go fucking cry about it somewhere else where it matters? But it wasn't like, hey, if you really care about this, why don't you go say this? It was the tone that at least that's really how I think most people were interpreting it. And that, of course, led to a massive drop in player numbers, and then and this is the shit that they'll talk about forever. Like people will make documentaries about this. It's his sister. That's right. It's his sister. Sister, Spitz and Swallows. Yeah, it's a German guy and Speed. So the immediate fucking went and edited all of, which by the way, I think a large amount of people have still not changed it back because roll. We still don't have any idea of those countries that were delisted. And that's what was in that last one that was buried in there, is that amongst all of them saying, who gives a shit? Just takes 2 minutes. Just make an email. Just link it. That 170 Steam regions don't even have access to PlayStation Network, including the Philippines, which amounted to like over 100 countries. So that's a bit much. Yeah, it's hard to spread democracy.
Even though they fixed the situation, still may not be able to play the game as it was pulled, like you said.
Well, and that's what now I think so far. Okay, so thank you. I was waiting for the weaponized autism to pop in there. John, who I'm not also sure is not a life model decoy of Skynet, but again, I for one welcome our machine overlords. So shout out. It was delisted and still it's not back. And I don't know. People were saying this was a delay in communication, that this is Steam's choice, not Sony. But if Sony has gone back on the overall, no, you don't need to link anything. Why wouldn't they put it back up? Not to be confused with Swallow. I can't help not say it.
Yeah, the Wonder Twins, Spits and Swallows.
All these rodents, I better watch my keister don't get bitten off. Just in the shower, buddy. Just don't drop the soap. They're known booty chasers, these rodents. It's on good authority. The prison ones especially.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Crimers, one and all. Always say please and thank you to your Alexa, everyone. You'll thank me later. No, see, until I push the button on the Fire Stick, she can't hear me. I'm blind. They're listening all the time.
Yeah, and make sure you tip the robots also, because
I hear people when I'm walking around saying, Alexa this and Alexa this. She's listening all the time. You just got to make sure. You got to make your digital battle buddy happy, right, buddy? Why did I wrench you? I wrenched Sonia and Lady Aaron D because God bless them, they're doing the Lord's work. And then I gave this one a wrench because he's Well, he's not my battle buddy, but he was sometimes he's my battle buddy, but not in the way he means being happy. So yeah, this was goddamn, this was a quick turn of but before you get to part 3 of the Helldivers, which was Fast and Furious, you gotta have a little intern, a little secondary, another movie. Well, literally me every time. She's always yeah. See, they know. Look, I see you guys in the chat. I see you in the chat. This was one of those, and I think we all took this take. This is what you need more companies to do. I highly suspect that Deadpoolio joined the modding community. It's like, and this offends you as a modder? No, it offends me. It's like he joined the modding community for the jokes. I swear, he's not the mods unite. You're a mod in name only. I'll tell you that until you've earned your stripes.
Seinfeld and hard tonight.
Yeah, I know. I just can't. Everything is relatable. I think this is a win. And this was that a CEO finally was like, no, consultants only fuck things up. We don't need 16 minutes in before I swore. Good. They only fuck they do nothing. And the guy in which he was talking about, he's like, oh yeah, we fired him because all he did was create friction when he came aboard. It's like, oh geez, if only they had done that when now granted, they asked for Sweet Baby Inc., but if only they had come in and be like, you know what? No, I'm noticing that no matter what we ask you for, you simply say, have you tried to put a chick in it and make her black, lame, and gay? But no, and then fired her, which is exactly what they did, which means people might actually like this game.
That's a rarity.
Well, that and the fact that they said no. So yeah, that's No Rest for the Wicked by Moon Studios. We'll be watching your career with great interest. And I do want to let me stop sharing for a minute so I can Gary Nerd Wars telling me that as we were talking about the algorithms being wonky, people like what they like, and when we all get on kicks, so going back to talk about Hollywood is a risky proposition. Nerd Wars did it, but here first, of course, the trailblazer himself, Mr. 1 Million, Mr. 5x5, he's actually quite tall, Gary released a woke Hollywood is over video. I know he's had a couple of these, but it keeps being truer every time he does. I just want to play the beginning where that famed him, Jeremy Seinfeld, shout out to Gary. What's going on, fellow gays? The head bigot, head bigot of the bigot army. And I like when he wears the crown. If you've never caught him when he wears the crown, it's something special. But I just want to play the beginning of this where he has the renowned comedian Jeremy Seinfeld, not to be confused with Jerry Seinfeld, but Jeremy Seinfeld, as Gary kept calling him during his interview.
It used to be you would go home at the end of the day. Most people would go, oh, Cheers is on. Oh, MASH is on. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore is on. All in the Family's on. You just expected there'll be some funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it? This is the result of the extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people.
1 million connoisseurs.
No, sorry, so obviously it's not all like that's all the woke's fault. It's obviously first it's streaming, right? People's not watching live TV. Well, they're watching live, but it's this. They're watching YouTube live. They're watching streamers live. They're listening to podcasts live. TV and shit like Game of Thrones, yeah, it was. But what the hell has gotten us all together at 9 p.m. somewhere on a Sunday in a while? Even House of the Dragon hadn't done that. So that is part of it. But the rest, yeah, there's a reason everyone is watching shows and playing games that are older. I mean, by the way, shout out to Gary. Yeah, I move forward to the next one. Yeah, what's the last new thing you saw, Mr. Techrat? What is
probably Fallout.
Right. And even that is depending if you're Papa Gundam and Mauler, you hate it with the passion of the fucking 1,000 suns. Yeah. But other than that,
there's nothing else going on.
And if nothing else, I will forever thank Fallout for getting people to play the games again.
Yeah.
Getting people to, and apparently getting another Fallout game which they were sort of like, well, it'll come out when it comes out. And now they're like, okay, it's coming out. We'll fast track it.
They have to, because then the next season's coming out.
You would be surprised of how based the New York Jew can be, especially when they fucking see all the lovely protests that are calling for their ending.
I think
it
it's
wises
also
people up real quick, and he
it's
makes
the
money.
old school comedian.
Yeah, old school comedians that's the point, right? They're supposed to see reality and then meme on it, throw you back reality and make you realize things that are already true.
Like he said, they were grandfathered in.
You know what? I didn't even see the reaction of what people were saying in his video, but it's like, God bless him. The problem is I understand all of his criticisms. The reason for those criticisms are ones that he doesn't accept, that for the most part of those flaws is backed up by either a game mechanic. I don't like Maximus. Well, he's a fucking idiot. He literally has a 4 intelligence, anyway, it's fine. Mahler gonna be Mahler. I love him. Hopefully I can have. Last time when I was on with him, his mic wasn't working, whatever, so we barely talked. So maybe I'll get a chance to talk to him sometime. All of my entertainment money goes to stream, except the Rare Gamer. Shout out. A lot of my money goes to. I'm over here super chat to Hypnotic and Leona, and because that's what this is. That's what this is. It's a self-sustaining because we're all floating together out here and on our corner of the internet. And hopefully we drag other boats and other things in along to show us how great it is. And speaking of, let's go to it. This happened so fucking quick. I don't think anyone, and it was late at night. Holy shit. Sony backed down. Petitions weren't needed.
So fast.
Yeah. People started canceling their PlayStation Pluses and getting refunds. Refunding the game is what really happened. People were getting refunds of the game.
The review bomb.
That almost instantly, and I think also pointed out, it's talked about a little bit later in relation to the petition for Stellar Blade of why they cracked Sony, Alexei Lachinkov, anyway, from Epic Games, basically that they had just had some horrible losses to have to explain to their shareholders, and this was the last thing that they needed. And yeah, this is really what it has come down to. We have to just 100% start voting with our wallets. Top to bottom, no getting around it. That's why that Stellar Blade one is so tricky. It's hard to get a petition when you're still giving money to the physical version because they can ignore it and say, who gives a shit about this petition? Look, it's making money. Oh shit, I had to mention that I super chat him and then he fucking did it. Well, damn, I was about to super chat. Then you started talking about super chats and now it looks like I'm super chatting because you talked about it. But now it does look like you, but I believe that you were going to, because I believe that you believe that I didn't say it to get you to do it. That makes perfect sense. I know it does. Shout out to Jesus Christ, Leona. Stuff. No. I know that you know that I know that you know that I know. So because that I know that you know that I know, well, there we go. Do you believe that rant was out with no Peruvian marching powder?
I've never seen it happen. So it's just you, man.
You've never seen it happen. Well,
yeah.
Don't trust Sony to change their long-term plan. I mean, they sure fuck changed their short term. If you're talking about Stellar Blade, well, that is we'll talk about that. That's coming along better than apparently we all think. And by the way, again, Leon, thank you. Shout out. You don't have to do that. Thank you. Yeah. So Sony backing down, I think, is something that no one. Maybe eventually we had it, but not this quickly. And when they said it. Helldivers, we've heard your feedback on Helldiver 2 accounts, linking update. That's it. We're not going to do it. And boom. And so now, I guess the only thing we wait and see on is, are they going to put up, the delisted countries one? Tried to super chat in a couple streams, but they didn't show up. Has anyone had the, yeah, but normally when I'm trying to use gamer words and obfuscate that, like even spelling gay, G-H-E-Y, but then you could just say gay normally and it goes through. I don't know. It seems really random depending on what stream you're on. I mean, yeah, very random. Let's see. They'll auto censor your super chats. Yeah, some will, and I'll definitely. It's better on PC. Mobile will definitely screw you over. And then we can go through the week, continuing to do the Stellar Blade videos. Every Stellar Blade video has hit over 1,000 views. So that's how I know that there's still, and new people are commenting, meaning people are still searching for it. So regardless, that is still momentum. Talk about momentum and victory. This is another one of like, oh shit, we asked for something and it happened, but we got to get for the ask first, right? We were talking about Spitz and how in addition, not to be confused with swallows, in addition to gaslighting fans at the beginning, they might have tried to swing it around and saying that they were on our side at the end, but Spitz and a couple other ones were going Purple Squidgion, who changed the name to Bird, who outright accused Grummz of like sexual impropriety with members of the opposite sex, of which there are only two.
Hail Drifter.
That's what's up. That's right. And I don't, you know what? I'm not even upset that you put his name first, because I always said Rat and Badger sounds better. But that's just me.
I still like the sound Badger and the Rat. It sounds like a radio show.
Well, because it sounds like something like you Rat Badger, son of a bitch. It sounds like something you'd yell at.
Who are you calling?
Who are you calling a Rat
liquor?
Badger? He's been calling me a Rat Badger, son of a bitch, since 3rd grade. So Grummz straight up called for, as we found out, apparently almost every single community manager in the history of community managers is corrupt, and they hate white people, and they don't like anyone. Shout out. What is going on?
Hey.
Oh, I'm dying. Oh, but what's bringing me back to life? YouTube, a super Dan Vasquez.
He
Shout
slipped
out.
it in.
He did. See?
He
I guess
slipped
that
in
was
the
for
game.
science. Alec Paul's, he don't miss. Shout out Alec. I know they limit his YouTube sometimes. We're talking about YouTube limiting. Yeah. So all of the community managers, well, apparently one is good. One of them is good, and that is Twinbeard. But if you're talking about any of the other community managers,
Yeah, but they were all bad.
I've been waiting to use that one. I'm sorry. Rat Badger is a solid 80s thrash band name. It's also, I feel like, a villain from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, something along those lines.
Oh, there was one called Rat. Was it Rat? No, not Rat Catcher. That's DC. Might be. Rat
Yeah,
King.
Ratcatcher Jr. Right? Yeah, she was cute. Wasn't she in that lovely movie that was supposed to be Roadhouse?
Yeah.
They couldn't even make her naked. They couldn't
We
even
don't
give us
talk
some
about
boobies.
Roadhouse.
Give us something. Give us something. But yeah, real quick because remember, this person is still there. They got demoted to just regular community manager, but this Purple Squidgion, who then changed their name to Bird, B-U-R-D, they're still there. They still have some moderation powers, but they, of course, see if they're sued here, accuses they said they would ban anyone for trying to defend Grummz. Very similar to the Alyssa Mercantis of you like Grummz, you're talking about him, and then they come after you, they ban you, and yeah, it's great. It's not corrupt at all.
Get him.
Yeah, well, someone got her. Yeah, but I didn't do a story about this, and I'm sure Leon did. Forgive me, Leon, I did not get a chance to watch it. Was it confirmed that Mercanti was in fact doxxed, that her address and her parents' address were given out, and this was all because she's the one that used her Facebook account to contact JT Smasher's wife, and people aren't stupid, and so when they put that together, they searched for her on Facebook and found easily available public information. Is this what I'm understanding happening? And this is no way, of course, karma and the timeline correcting itself when dumb shit happens.
I'm not saying I condone it, but I understand.
I do, yes. You know what? You gotta keep going, man. You gotta keep going through the suppressions and the all the shit. Okay. Yes, it's confirmed. I didn't explain how or why. I wasn't asking you to, because I know it gets dicey of exactly who did what, but the broad spectrum of it, not to be confused with the spectrum we're all on. Yes, it's confirmed. I didn't explain how or why in the post because I didn't want people trying to double down, but that's exactly it. Well, you know what? Obviously, I don't think anyone should be doxxed. For any reason, even dummies like her who essentially went around anyway. One of those what good is good for the goose, good for the gander type things. But yeah. Karma. Hold on. I was trying not to, but it really hold on. Just for her.
Oh no. What happened? Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
And you know what, Techrat, now that I think of it, I'm going to need you to get the Jerry Seinfeld. That's a shame. There's at least 2 or 3 different versions of that. Probably going to need all of them.
There is one where Kramer does it when they switch apartments.
Yes, they start acting like each other. Yeah. We're gonna have to do that. But I warn you, I am susceptible to the emoji boobies. It's a pattern recognition, and I recognize that pattern very well. Yes. There's a great bit by Dennis Leary back in the day where he talks about that boobies could save the world peace. That if you just took like the Great Year blimp and flew it over the Middle East, dressed and painted up like a tit. Look at the tit. Look at the tit. Yeah, they would stop fighting right now. They would start worshiping the tit instead of going 100%. Eastward. Allah, it would be the tit. The
men, women, those in betweeners. Everybody would look.
Sonia is allowed to spam when it's
her boobs. Go for it. Send it.
Boobies are allowed to spam.
Send
around
nude.
Here. I'm just letting you know. So the next one, this was the video did horrible, but we got to talk about something. We can't talk about Stellar Blade and Warhammer and Helldivers, especially since that Helldivers bottomed right out. No pun intended. Once I was really hoping that once we got that victory with Helldivers, that we could spin that right into the Stellar Blade, but unfortunately, people went okay and went right back to playing, and I was like, but it's fine. It's still going. So it's still good. What's not good? Shout out to WDW Pro, which Papa Badger watches this. Tianu's Bayou Adventure it does. They've ruined Splash Mountain, I tells you, turning a mountainous Splash Mountain into what is supposed to be a bayou. And yes, that's true. There's no bayous. There's no mountains in bayous. I know. We've been led to believe otherwise. When's the last time you were at Disney World or Disneyland? Have you ever been to Disney World? You've never been to Florida.
No,
You've been to Florida,
I've
so you
been
had
to
to
Florida
have been there, right?
once. I didn't go to Disney World. I've worked at Disneyland, but the last time I was there was more than a handful of years ago.
Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. It looks like a barren. I was trying to think. I think they took it down because they were leaked photos. It looks like a barren, like someone striked it and just got rid of all the things, didn't put anything back. Bunch of ugly blue lighting everywhere. They reduced 70 different like classic animatronics to 30 basic bitch ones. On top of, you know what's funny? I was walking today. Fast Pass is Disney, right?
Yeah, I mean everyone has a version, but yes, that's what they call it.
Specifically Fast. Okay, as I'm in California, so as I'm walking by, I have good hearing. I'll hear people's conversations. Someone was talking about how much is it with Fast Pass? Oh, fuck that shit. So regular people are not trying to spend the amount that like a trip to Disneyland, let alone Disney World.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot on top of something that is already disliked. Something that is already, and that's, I'll tell you this right here.
And then you get a man in a dress bringing you your dinner.
Grossif. So I brought this up a couple of times, and then even if I can find it, there is a Rasmussen poll out there talking about, I'll find it eventually. Anyway, let's just say that there are certain political orange-haired people that are liked more than Disney currently is. So it's not just us shitting on Disney. Like, yeah, here we go. So trust polls for what you want, but in favorability, if you look at Trump, if you look at total favorability, he had 50%. If you look at Disney, they're at 46. They're at 46 with 23% of people being very unfavorable. So, and if you haven't noticed in all of their movies failing, the only Marvel movie making money was Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's a holdover. Yeah, no. So it's not just us. It is not just us.
It's partially you.
Well, yeah. It's partially, but all the downvoting, that wasn't us. All the downvoting of like Star Wars Outlaws and all that shit, and all the Mufasa. Yeah, that's what Splash. By the way, in Splash Mountain was my favorite. Anders isn't here, so she must be working. That's all right. But Anders was her favorite too. Talk about her like, is she
great
safe?
Right?
Is she all right?
I love that whole area, that whole French Quarter area.
I mean, let's be face it. This was the makeout ride. It's dark. It's cold. If it's a hot day, you go in there. Yeah. Oh well. Tiana. Blue light. They changed it. They took away. Apparently now it doesn't have any creepy elements to it. Look, maybe we can summon her name to one of the last redheads on the planet. That'll happen. That'll be a movie.
The missing
redheads.
female link to our show.
Well, speaking of missing, because like we just heard, well, this is before, right? Alyssa was attacking Mark Kern and talking shit on gamers, and then I don't think I didn't do a story on it, but of course she sent that Facebook message, which people ended up tracking back to her, to JT Smash's wife, who, all because he just had Grummz on. And again, they do the classic accuse your enemy of what you yourself are guilty of, and said, oh, they're attacking me. Yeah. Angry Bee, are you going to be on Leon's tonight? Well, that depends on several things. One, it depends on Leon just saying, Badger, will you be on outright? And then I will. Two, it depends on Leon hitting his goal tonight so he can get to the react portion and bring people on. And then that's really one of those two scenarios. Or three, he doesn't hit any of those and he says, fuck you, I want to do a solo stream, in which case, no, I will not be on. But that is up to Leona because we have free will. Isn't that nice how that works?
Speaking of streams,
yeah,
have you started mentioning your additions?
Yeah, no. So because I guess it is sort of ironed out, but yeah, no, we're increasing the streaming on both Erwin and myself channel. So of course, tomorrow is a Saturday stream, 10 p.m. Pacific. Don't make me do conversions. And then he's going to be adding a Sunday stream. He hasn't yet. Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific. And then Tuesday and Wednesdays will be my channel, and it will be Badgercast. He might be on. Rat might be on. But I, for an hour minimum, maybe longer if you guys are there, I will be doing, we joked about it a lot, but I will actually finally be doing Badgercast. Shout out Hayden Wang. What's going on? Leona, I'm telling you, look to Hayden for his hair tips. It just, no trans jokes could be made about him. It was very manly. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the difference was, but let's fucking go. Yeah. So it's just an hour, 3 p.m. Pacific. It's a solid hour. I can last for an hour. And then if we last longer than that, that's fine. Like if people are still here and there's some good topics, that's fine. Yeah. And then, and then the normal thing, Thursday, I'm keeping open in case Drinker ever has me back on open bar. And then, shout out to Paul and open off the cover. I go on his stream sometimes on Thursday. So you gotta have a day off. You can't stream every day, as fun as it is. And then of course the normal pre-F&T streams on Friday and this one. And yeah, and then it starts all over again. But no, it's not going to be anything as crazy as Hypnotic, where every night he does, 2.5 hours. That is, unless it turns into that, because that's what you say, and then just
take it one day at a time.
Can you really last an hour? It depends on if I've had my protein shake. Sometimes 38 seconds, but then I will definitely last an hour after that.
You got to pregame.
Got to give me a warm up. Yeah, shout out Hayden, dude. Yeah, really, again, great seeing you on the GCA. I hope to see you more of that. Okay, so I think I got heat for this one because I haven't done a story about this yet. Yes. Ghosts of Tsushima, which is a fucking 10 out of 10 game, and I think the only real game for a while that PlayStation had over anyone. But since they're selfish, a lot of the hardcore ones, everyone should be able to play this. Thankfully, and I believe he will do it justice, Chad Stileski, one of the directors of all the John Wick movies, and he's doing Highlander with Henry. He's doing this movie, and when he was talking about it on Rogan, he knew Jin's name. He knew the fucking story. I really believe he's played the games. So that's a long way to say it's coming out on PC finally, so we can all play this game. But if you want to play multiplayer, it's in my Twitter bio. If you want to play this game multiplayer, it's going to have a PlayStation Network account. But they are currently offering, if you've already pre-ordered this and you didn't know that, they're currently offering refunds. I can last an hour. That's not what she said. No, she fakes a tuna sandwich because sometimes it's enough. The
Seinfeld bits, man.
That one too. Yeah. Fake. The tantric badger. Is it an hour tantric? I didn't say 8 hours. I'm not Sting. Fucking. There could be only one. Yeah. I'm not trying to fucking. Yeah. Tis but a joke. Or was it? So this is another one of those, like, God damn it. We asked for it, and the timeline gave it to us. Spitz, not to be confused with Follows, was fired.
Gonna start swallowing now.
Seen now without and salty AF on their on the Discord still, but without their CM badge, which other ones still have. So yeah, and they basically I don't know why I did that. They basically tried to be like, oh, we just they fired me because I told everyone to cancel, and like I was on your side the whole time, and I was brave and stunning. It was like, bitch, you said that at first mockingly, and then only when it got traction did you fucking try to reframe it like you said it, you know, with any sort of seriousness. But thankfully, that's the other one. We got to get the Uncle Vernon from Harry Potter, but in HK, justice with the spoon from the second one. And shout out to the chat every time someone says something about Dobby paying taxes. That's lore. That's fucking channel lore right there. I will tell you that. Oh, I'll do it live. Maybe we'll do like a 40-year-old virgin type thing. Oh, Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, no, Erwin does. For some reason, he calls me out to do weird shit, but that's all right. He's got
to whip it out.
He's got repressed Midwest things going on. If he was in the vault, he'd have cousin things going on. That's all I'm saying. This was another one of those like, wow, they didn't think that. Did Hayden Wayne for 20. This Sony clamped down on everything is infuriating. They're the company trying to patent journo mode, trying to monitor heart rate to protect from bullying, and are issuing bans for people being toxic. It's out of control. What? We summoned her. We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Anna's no good. We actually just mentioned you and all the girls said your name and summoned you. So shout out. Look at this. See? This is how you know you're
someone
boss.
DM'd her.
When people at the party fucking call out someone at the party, and then they show up to the party, and then everyone turns to the person going through the door and go, hey! Everyone knows your name. All right. Yeah. So this is the thing of why they really wanted, aside from apparently they were trying to boost numbers from everyone was canceling their PlayStation Plus subscriptions for Stellar Blade. So Grummz made the point that they can make it look like, even though their numbers for money are bad, they can make it look like they're changing that for growth. Giggity. And I'd always change money for growth, as would Grummz. And so that's why they wanted that push. And also, it lets them, no middleman. They can ban anyone they want. They don't have to go to Steam and find a Steam code. They could just go like, oh, you said something in the Discord? Well, maybe we'll just find him. Well, bye. Yeah, 100%. So, and Hayden, yeah, you're on it, bro. Thank you. Every time someone says bridge something, I'm like, oh, fuck, he's going to show up. That we got to get that clip too. That Bill
Write
O'Reilly.
me a list, damn it.
You know, you don't have mental lists?
No.
You don't have autistic. No. Well, I'll write it and we'll do it live. Yeah, it was the lore of that is, oh, and ironically, it was Sting. You know, we're talking about tantric sex and shit. It was from Sting was going on, and they wanted him to say, and we'll be right back with the cut from Sting's new record, but he didn't know what cut meant, like a song from his record, and so he's like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the hell. Then he goes into that rant. He goes, "You mean a song from yeah, a Sting music video." Shout out, dude. That's a classic one. I used to hear that on Howard Stern like 15 years ago before he went insane, and at this point might be AI. Pretty sure him when he was interviewing Biden was AI. But yeah, so real quick, so we get off this, Warhammer, right off of everyone being pissed at them, decided to raise their fucking prices. So 3D printer go burr. Have you got your resin one yet, Mr. Techrat? And you're going to start, since people are subscribing to you, you're going to start making 3D printing Warhammer shit and sell it on the store?
Unpaid intern title.
Well, we'll see about that. Why do you think we're starting extra streams so that everything from this? Anyway, but seriously, I do think it would be great. You already have one 3D printer.
Yeah, no,
it's time to expand.
Already looking. In fact, on my channel, I did put up a community post for people. They can go comment and give a suggestion of something small and nerdy from a movie or a show.
Fucking thing sucks. It's like shit that lives rent free in my head.
Lots of things.
It is unfortunately that I think and hear in memes. A lot of Warhammer produced, which is crazy because you would think with everyone making their own shit, they would find a way to make it cheaper. And apparently, even the expensive ones have been they've been cheaper. Like they're not the solid pewter. Like, bro, what you doing? What you doing? But okay. In a line of wins, right? So I'm still going to reframe the Stellar Blade so far as a win, because if you look at how long it's barely been 2 weeks, it's already almost at the 100,000 signature goal. The Helldivers capitulation, the Spits, not to be confused with Swallows being fired. And then we had this fucking cesspit #1, source of all that is evil, Alyssa Mercanti's home base, and that from which the devil lives. Kotaku fired 3 people, including Levi Winslow, who released that. And by the way, I don't give a shit about the hit piece, but hold on. Anders no good. Do it, Mr.Techrat. So glad I caught y'all. So see, she supports you in your endeavors, and she's glad that she got here. Yeah. Sure. We'll put this down. You write it down in your notation. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Online, you can get a $900 Reaver Titan printed for less than $200 and shipped from China. It will look just like the real model. Well, let's go. Let me tell you something, buddy. If we all decide it is the real model. It is, because I'll tell you right now, Disney Star Wars is fake Star Wars because we all went, nah, that's not real. And the expanded universe is the real Star Wars. So shout out. We all just decide that Grift Workshop isn't, that's what we're calling it now. The Grift Workshop isn't the actual factual anymore. Well, that's it then. It's not. So yeah, Kotaku, for whatever reason, and I think this came straight from up top. They're gone. They're gone. And this is, of course, they told them to start doing game guides. And while Alyssa Mercanti might have been able to convince some of them, the rest of them apparently should have gone along with it. And so now the parent company said, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And so now it's just Alyssa left. I don't even know who else they have. I don't. Do you ever go to Kotaku for any reason whatsoever?
No, but I did see that clip that Mercanti shared on her Twitter that poor Erwin saw. I accidentally saw her ass also. But no, I don't go to Kotaku.
I'm sure it was a real struggle. And by the way, shout out, Andrew. That's why we're also adding extra stream days, is because not everyone watches Nerd Wars, or we'll go over there. I know it's shocking to say, but some people, Nerd Wars can be a little much for. So, and I've heard them in the comments. Shout out, I love him. But that way, there's some variety. You have it over here. You have it over there. Not everyone can come to a late night show. Not everyone can come to a morning show. So somewhere during the week, there will be somewhere you can come and chill and hang out with all of us, which is really the goal, because I was saying it the other day. It's like church. It is a straight up fellowship. Everyone getting here and talking shit with each other and
throwing their hard-earned money into a hat.
Well, for some worthy causes. First of all, speaking of Nerd Wars, he is thank you. God bless you doing your fucking job, John. Go sub to Nerd Wars. He is watching Tremors tonight. He's going the sarcasm I know. He's going to be watching he's Falling Down. He said his homie likes Falling Down, so he's going to watch Falling Down with him. He's watching Tremors tonight. I know, perish the thought. I love him. I love him, obviously. That's why we stream together all the time. Hell yeah, I love that y'all added more shit. See, good. I was hoping you wouldn't get tired, but that's why it's only an hour. So if it's too much, it's too much. But Cat's Paw, I work weird hours, so I love the fret. Well, that's it then. You see how easy it is? That's why the audience, the chat, always true north. Always true north. You throw it out and you either get shamed or you get course corrected very quickly. That's something the mainstream legacy will never have.
We got polls also. You start using different tools.
I use my poll enough. I told you I can last it. Oh, you meant I can make a poll.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. He's in for a trip with Falling Down. Well, I mean, Falling Down is, you fuck. It's a Joker movie, right? It's Joker before that Joker movie. And yeah, Tremors, I've watched it so many times. I think when Mahler asked me what my favorite movie is and I like panicked, I think I did say Tremors first, because I would watch it a bit. If I was in a vault, I would watch Tremors over and over again.
The top 10? Sure.
Tremors, Predator, Demolition Man. Yeah, they would be on my replay 100%. I meant POL, double L, HT hockey sticks. Let's see. Blood Bowl. Yeah, the amount of people who have screwed over their I don't get. That's all right. That's fine. It works in our favor. That's why when Iron Fist is constantly talking, or Iron Fist, when Razor Fist is Taser Face, when Razor Fist is constantly talking about a parallel economy and the Iron Age. That's what I get confused. The Iron Age of everyone making their own shit. Yeah, it's fine. We can let them go and know how to use the 3 seashells. Alien. Although, did you go see the re-release? Did you go see the re-release? I wanted to see it with my homie, my melanated friend. But even he was like, no, that's a cash grab. And I was like, well, bro, okay, first of all, yes. But like, what do you expect?
Right. What else are you going to watch?
Movie theaters are going out of business. They don't have anything else.
Jesus, and these ladies.
You and I were busy being responsible.
Oh, hail.
Shout out my brother in pop culture and politic culture. Yeah, we were just talking about you, that you and your homie are going to be watching Falling Down. We all think you're really going to like it. And that you were going to watch Tremors. Or you're watching Tremors. You stopped Tremors to come support the stream. I don't know. But either way, things are getting done around here. Real progress being made. By the way, Orden, me too, for different reasons. Now, granted, Dread with Carl Urban is the superior as far as like serious adult and like how you do it without taking his mask off. But I am law. I am the law. I am law. He's the Stallone looking in the mirror practicing is what I always picture. But, and it's got Rob Schneider as like the classic 90s sidekick. It works for me. The law. What's the guy? Fucking Rico, the other guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember his name midstream. But anyway, yeah. And shout out. All right, I was avoiding doing this because it's sad to see another one go. Yeah. Hey, spoiler: most actors, even across the pond, are psycho. But here's you betrayed the law. You betrayed me. God. Okay, so maybe I am saying you should watch for different reasons. The original
Exile.
Ones. Yeah, so David Tennant basically was asked about trans kids, and he basically said you should leave people alone and basically let them trans all the kids you want. And oh my God, Mr. Techrat would have brought that up had I not, because he loves that fucking movie. Here, I'll take it down. So anyway, everyone is big mad at Dave Tennant, and they should be, because I think the biggest thing he said is he doesn't see any harm to it, and that just means you haven't seen enough of it, which is why I made sure to bring up Chloe Cole and her detransitioning message. And let's just wait until they're 18. Don't think that's a fucking hot take. So that's the end of that one. But hey, maybe if you see David, maybe we should start like, what do they call him? Stitch. Those kids today. Let's stitch him up with Chloe Cole so he can see maybe some actual negatives instead of just saying he doesn't see the harm in it.
Class act. These people in the chat, not that piece of shit.
No. Well, sad thing is that's just more weaponized compassion, I think. More weaponized compassion. Grandma's Boy is the best stoner comedy. You would never know that. You would never partake in the devil's lettuce. You're a good Christian boy, Nerd Wars. I know that.
Dude, you can't raise your voice like that when the lion gets here. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, it's would be a good one too because of all the video game.
Which actually does have Rob Schneider in it also. He was the landlord in the beginning. Jesus.
Wait, who said disappointing?
Well,
I missed this? About what?
Was disappointing?
I might have been talking about David Tennant being disappointing. But who said something was disappointing? Yeah, because let's say it better not been about any movie. Who didn't want to wear the ribbon? And also, I don't want Anders to have given $20 over a about Tenet. Oh, the movie?
No, about the man and his bullshit you were just referencing.
Oh, David Tennant. Oh, if you didn't see this, oh shit! If you didn't see this, let me go back one. Come on, right there. David Tennant was going around at a nerd convention. Let's see. I want to see. Okay. going around wearing a shirt saying "Leave trans kids alone," which, as I pointed out, is a fucking nonsensical statement because trans kids don't exist. It's normally just gay kids. They're on the spectrum that are confused, and at that moment, this ideology is presented to them. So he's going around wearing that, and it says, David Tennant went further at a recent event called the Proud Nerd Convention in Germany, stating, "When I was a kid, the idea of being non-binary wasn't something that existed. I'd wager it still doesn't. It wasn't a concept. I wager it still shouldn't be. Androgyny, sure, but basic biology, still there. I've seen that emerge, and people are able to express themselves through that. It only ever seems positive as far as I can see." Now, I agree with, like, yeah, it's nice that people can express themselves, and it only ever seems positive as far as I can see. Well, when you start getting into the reality of that, of like turning kids into lifelong fucking medical patients by taking their tits out and vaginoplasties and putting on puberty blockers, all that shit before the age of 18. And then, as Chloe Cole points out, everyone supported her. And then the moment she decided, hey, maybe this isn't for me, they went, well, you know, gender is a journey. Well, motherfucker, maybe you should have said that before you took my titties out. Yeah. And then when you know, Disney, we found out in these earning calls, have been paying for people's kids to be transitioned, but not so they pay to fuck it up, but not to fix it, because of course to pay to fix it would be to admit that they broke it. It is the same line of thinking of why they can't admit that their ideology fails in movies, because to admit that they failed because of that would be to admit that the ideology was corrupted to begin with. So what do? They double down. They double down. They obfuscate. They say, well, it wasn't political. It was just the right side of history. And so he thinks he's on the right side of history. Yeah, save the titties. Save the titties left earlier and right. He saw titties in Fallout, but they were old, ugly titties, and it made him he triggered old, ugly. Yeah, so I'm sorry, Anders. I wasn't sure if you knew. Let me see what the actual fuck in my head. He was still the cool doctor in Zuri. Okay, so this is, I think, what we all really do have to come to terms with. Until proven otherwise, they're all batshit. Alan Ritchson. We thought because he played a bass role, maybe he took that role, you know, like a Tim Allen who only plays those roles because he himself is a Republican and based, or a Jeremy Renner or something like that. He's not. He's a leftist who believes every fucking thing from the Steele dossier and every piece of lie he's ever heard about Trump and every narrative. He thinks everything's fine. Same thing with David Tennant. It is weaponized compassion. He thinks he's on that fucking mythical right side of history. Thinks gender affirming care is just that we should all live in the sky with castles and clouds and shit. We just have to admit it. And unfortunately, it's really starting to ruin my shit, because now retroactively, I'm having a problem watching certain things. And every time Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers goes, you know, maybe we treated Ryan Roundhead Johnson too harshly. Maybe he saw what Mark Hamill was a long time ago. I don't know. I do like breasticles. That's a nice. I had some breasticles too before. My fat app finally told me that my body fat was acceptable, and I've never been so happy. So my breasticles going down. Your breasticles are very nice. What is that from?
I don't know. Sonia's got me thrown for a loop tonight.
Nutty Professor. My titties are gone. Your titties are very nice.
Your titties are very nice.
Shout out Nutty Professor.
Netflix.
God bless you, Nerd Wars. Let me tell you something. When you meet Bert, I want you to understand that that's Alec Baldwin's finger. That character shaped that man, and that is who that character is.
I can't wait to find out what his favorite part of parts of the movie was.
Sonia, do you love it because you can detect the hint of gayness I have for him, or is it just because you also like Jeremy Renner? Because I suspect it's the same thing you detect when I mention Henry Cavill. Shout out.
That should give you.
Oh, sorry. What was that? Do that again. I overclicked you. Jeremy Renner's daddy. Yes. Well, you know what? It's not wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Hold on. God, that computer over here. I love this laptop. Let me see the actual numbers with you guys, because sometimes StreamYards can be a little wonky. Anyway, shout out David Tennant. I hope someone wises you up one day. I really do.
Boom.
Didn't even mention Bridge. Hayden Wayne. If they're involved in movies or mainstream, they're insane. Until we see they're not, like Rob Schneider and a few others. They're vocal. They're not blinded by the weaponized compassion. We are changing minds of the masses. And I'm loving the term weaponized compassion. It's why I've been using it, because I want people to understand. I forgot I think it was on the Saturday Night Hypnosis where Aristocratic Spoon was on. And when we were talking about all this DEI and agenda and how it's across the board, and it's like, well, it's not all a grand conspiracy, right? It's certainly a grand conspiracy at some of the very top, but a lot of the middle people who aren't just afraid to lose their jobs, a lot of the people going around with it are the David Tennants, are the ones that are just drinking the Kool-Aid, and their compassion has been weaponized. They're afraid. They're afraid that they think they're going to be the bigots from the 30s and 40s that didn't like gay people and that they're going to look dumb. So they're trying to jump on the trans bandwagon, not realizing that they're going to end up against the wall in Minecraft. And unfortunately, it's going to take a generation of detransitioners to come forward and be like, hi, you ignored all of them. Will you listen to us? So much hotness tonight. Love it. Well, speak for yourself, Red Hot. Short shorts. She knows what you're doing. Them little less. I love that thumbnail. Don't ever change it unless
don't go
it's
change it.
It's the same now. Don't you go change it on me now. And by the way, shout out to Gary for fucking saying weaponized autism on Fox News. Words, my brother. I will see. Probably going to go for another hour here, but then I'll see you over there, and I'll make sure to raid your channel. And we were going to do it very roughly. Very roughly. I want you to know that. Yeah, I'm telling you what, we're chugging right along, but I am just loving the flow of this chat. You would be shocked. People that I see that I've been watching on YouTube for years don't have this amount of viewers, don't have this amount of stream activity, don't have this amount of super chats. It's fucking nutters. So shout out to each and every one of you. Seriously, the Badger Legion, you are all Badger Legion. One and all. I think we're all also Bigot Army and 199 and the Fellowship. And as I'm telling you, Dumbledore's army is next. Yes, we're going to smoke weed and raid him while pooping everywhere and doing intravenous drugs and be on fentanyl. That's California style. Right? That's what we're doing?
Sign me up.
And we sort of zombify fucking on the street while Leona pokes at us. Badger. I like when you guys get all hyped. Yeah, wait till Badgercast. Can you imagine this actually starts kicking off? Son of a bitch.
God.
Hey, Wayne. Cheryl Daija runs Bridge. She isn't the head of the movement, though. Unfortunately, that company is ripping through every aspect of life. They start in the culture. We are the front lines of this fight. People need to see it. Well, as we had Larry Fink, and again, Fink is such an appropriate last name. He said, when someone asked him, if you want to change the culture of a company, you have to echo that change everywhere. And in this case, what Bridge is doing is echoing the change they want to see everywhere. And since they've learned the grift that our escapism is up, that the political right, for the most part, that's what we try. Some of our, the Benny Cast and Fox News now and Piers Morgan, they're catching up. But the political right, for the most part, unless you count Matt Walsh, they've ignored and ceded the ground to the left. And so, yeah, Bridge is going to come everywhere, but they're coming everywhere. Let's see. Fink is toward the top of all this Bridge nonsense. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let's talk notes. Yeah, but no, shout out. I'm glad you guys are excited for it. And yeah, I'm glad it does that. My thinking made sense, that because we all have these things called lives. I know they don't think we do, but because we're busy touching grass and making that money so that we can fund shit like this. Thank you, Hayden. Thank you. 1,000 thank yous. Yeah, that's awesome. Different streams, different strokes for different folks. To that end, and this is just sort of funny, depending, because I don't really see a charitable way to do this. By the way, shout out Idaho Mike. Did you see my butter dish? I got a butter dish, guys. It's on the Twit Twats. Put on. Jay asked for it, and I told him he could have the butter dish if he either does the fight, comes on a show with me in Nerd Wars, or sings on Daily. So we'll see if he chooses to do any of those three things. Shout out to Mo Zamboni, the next rising star. Hello, sir. Rodents unite. The GCA has your back. No cap. I think that means no lying. I think I got that right. I'm old. Yeah, me too, bro. I think that means that you weren't lying, and I agree with that sentiment. Thanks for all the love, sir. You rock. Well, it's all love, baby. Ain't nothing but love. Because you got to keep your buddy happy, right? Great Deadpoolio. No. What did the kids say? Game recognizes game, and I don't think I have any, but if I do, it recognizes yours. So congratulations, bro. No, it is a fun time. If you haven't, mods, I'm sure you can throw it up there. The GCA is a good time. Collective group of assholes that they met at a fan meetup, which we are going to the Vegas and or LA one. I don't give a fuck.
No,
I don't care.
I'm open.
I don't care.
There
We're
we go.
going. Yes. That being said, they met there. They realized, hey, let's do something here. And then they started. So yeah, shout out, guys. This is where Bob Iger, for like the billionth goddamn time, came out and said that they're only going to do 2 series a year and a maximum of 3 films.
I.e.,
and they were met
we
with
think
a
we're
collective
spreading it too thin.
who gives a shit. A collective who gives a shit. And also, so you're now admitting that, yeah, you were not fucking doing the best of the best. You were not doing the best of the best.
No,
Badger got mad game, no cap. I speak to myself. If I ever talk about myself in the third person, I
George
want
likes
to be
his
doxxed
chicken
and you come and
spicy.
you beat the shit out of me. Okay, I want you to understand that's the only time that will be acceptable. Yeah, GCA. You guys are great. Oh, here, I'll let you guys both do your things because you guys are awesome. Yeah. Is there anything you're looking for? Someone said it in the chat earlier. Yes, Deadpool and Wolverine is a holdover too. They are. That's not anything to do with Marvel. That's just because we want to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I'm actually getting sort of hyped for that movie.
Yeah, but no, there's nothing else on the pipeline for them.
I'm thinking it's entirely possible that Henry Cavill is in fact going to be, because we know he's in it as a cameo. We just don't know what. I think he might in fact be a Wolverine variant.
That'd be cool.
Which now, after all of his lame, it's so funny that like he came out and then his lame replacements for both Witcher and Superman just got immediately memed on. And I know the Witcher one is a stunt double. It doesn't matter.
Still looks terrible.
It doesn't matter. Even if it was Liam Neeson. So speaking of things that immediately got memed on, I actually don't know, chat. So there's 37 of us here. First of all, like the chat, even though I think you already did like this stream, but what you thinking about this? Because I was met with a collective, huh? What are we doing?
I hear Schmeagol doing the coughing in the cave. It's just garbage. Who? Why?
You are a bit of a holdover. You're a bit of a holdover. Your PTSD is a holdover for sure.
Hold over these nuts.
Yeah. Pro. Peter Jackson is returning.
Right.
Andy Serkis is returning to both star and direct. Peter Jackson's partners are coming back, and it's being released through Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema, not Amazon. That's the end of my fucking pro list, because everything else, who gives a shit about Gollum? I don't care who plays him. Who gives a shit about this story? It's a mid-quill. It's going to be a mid thing, but so what does that mean? Like, obviously Fellowship opens with him being captured. What I could give you a treatment, which I sort of talked about earlier, and I'll tell you in a second, but just trying to figure out if they're taking it from that one chapter in Fellowship. If so, this is okay, Lod. I have not read the books, even though I've bought them for someone. I haven't read them. Obviously, I've watched the movies, extended editions multiple times. What more or less is the chapter that pertains to him being hunted by Sauron's forces? Because my pitch for a series would be you make this sort of a Suicide Squad-ish group of mercenaries working for Sauron's forces that are like, you know, how they had the pirates and other shit at the end there of Returns. You have them hunting for Gollum, and then along the way they discover, oh shit, maybe we actually shouldn't be, when they realize that it's like the one. But that's like, man, and even that's like, I don't see how anything could just be a fully % Gollum show and hunting him. Elrond Council, Gandalf and Aragorn talk about, oh, fuck. Because what? Aragorn's like 80-something. He's half, he could be still alive. They could get a de-aged. Oh, I could see them doing it. Kat, I'm sorry. You do know that he'd be non-binary or gender fluid.
Because he's mentally disabled and has,
I think he literally is a non-binary.
Yeah. He's trans. He used to be Schmeagol.
Let's see what's under that. Actually, no. He have penis. Gary had a Gollum statue.
Oh.
And he looked under the statue and they gave him a twig and berries. They did. I just got a notice for this stream when I said to Nova, bro, okay, I'm telling you, you think it's just people coping. There's some shenanigans going on. There's some things afoot with YouTube. They're changing algorithms. My channel is under attack. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think The Hobbit and Rings of Power have poisoned the well. You fucking think? Bro, so the first thing I thought about was the shitty Gollum game that has like a horrible Metacritic and everyone got refunded and they had an AI apology. And then, yeah, the Rings of Power that only 37% of people even finished. I know we talk about a 38 seconds, but a 37% completion rate is bad for any fucking thing. For anything.
You ain't even out here lasting an hour like a badger.
I mean, if you ain't lasting an hour, what you doing? That includes multiple rounds. I never said I was going run. What are we talking about? There's multiple breaks.
See,
Look,
now you're
take a break.
backpedaling.
That was a break. See, that counts. All right. Good old Lord. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Saving the movie theaters, when that comes back, the extended editions are coming.
Yeah.
To my local movie theater, I'll do it. I'll do all of them. I will do all of them. So we've been covering Stellar Blade continuously. Like I said, they've all hit over 1,000 views, which means people still give a shit. Even through this suppression, the video this morning covering it still hit. So that means there's interest there somewhere. And also I'm seeing it, even though it's slowed down. Oh, goddamn you. Hayden Wayne. The goddamn used to him because look at him. This is a story in the best possible way.
Yeah.
This is a story that doesn't need to be told. I don't think anything good will come of this. We know how Gollum starts and how he ends. I don't think we need anyone to try to expound the story. Well, there's a reason they do it, and I hope you understand that aside from the message, it's this.
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
That's all we got, folks. Requels, prequels, sequels, a reboot adjacent, perhaps. That's it. Does Badger keep corner guys with spray bottles like a boxing match? That's fucking gonna come in. Yeah, Deadpool comes down, he like pats my head down.
Cuts his fucking eye.
Summer is gonna be rough. I'll tell you that. Summer is gonna be rough when it starts really getting hot. It's a cash grab. Oh, well. Yes. It's a cash grab, but also we have the fucking license and we better do something with it since Amazon has the license and they have a part of the license and they're doing horrible things. So we better do something. They've got that anime that I think looks pretty decent. The Ride of the Rohirrim, but yeah, it's a cash grab. I think it's like, bro, of all of the things you could have told, why would you tell a Gollum story? Like, I know you got Andy Serkis, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have something with him in it, but why wouldn't you do video game movies are all the rage, darling? Why wouldn't you do fucking Shadow of Mordor or something like that? If you're going to make bad decisions and use the property, that sounds like something. Who even thought anyone would even want to watch this Gollum? The same people that thought the game was a good idea. Anyway, Grummz, he just posted this when it hit 84. He says the Stellar Blade petition has reached 84 signed. We're almost at 85 now. Probably hit it tonight. Stellar Blade has sold 1 million copies and did very well in April. By comparison, the WoW Classic petition reached 276,000 signatures with almost 6 times the active subscriber base at the time of 5.6. So in other words, with but a fraction, we've already almost hit 85 on that road to 100. I'll talk about this one for a second. So the other thing is just in addition to all of the canceling your PlayStation subscriptions, if you haven't, the pluses, he's going to physically print out that 100,000 when it reaches that list. Bro, he said it's like 15 or 16 boxes worth when everything gets in. So that when you plop 15 or 16 boxes, I mean, legendarily, I remember, I'm going to date the fuck out of my, not like alternate universe incest, but like date my age here. The Roswell show back in the day
on the WB.
On the WB, when it was canceled because the aliens would eat a lot of hot sauce, the WB was flooded with people sending in Tabasco bottles.
Yep.
Thousands and thousands of Tabasco bottles.
And guess what?
That reboot sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad that reboot sucked. Yeah. And here we go. This next one is pure Schadenfreude.
Bingo.
I said it. I said it so you could say, now I digress. This is the one that I recorded my first, let's say, viral moment, even though I wasn't showing my face.
419,000 views on Instagram.
Well, how many on Instagram?
419,000.
Hello, Batman. I'm non-binary now.
And that was just the second I saw him. I said, that's from my original reaction to that DLC from like 4 months ago. 4 months ago. Oh, let's see. Let's catch up real quick. I'm pissed at Sony, and this year I got a PS3 for the first time. The PS3. I just bought a PS5. Oh, for Stellar Blade, but I'm playing uncensored game, no updates. Yeah, man. Honestly, I would wait and just buy it all on PC. You can get Metal Gear Solid on PC. Stellar Blade in a year will be on there, and if it's not by then, you're not going to want to. Like if it's not fixed by then, you're probably not going to want to play it. Yeah, Sonia, go ahead. Tell them I'll be on later. Like I said, we're gonna go until the hour, and then we will raid. But thank you, Sonia. Go say hi to the transition queen, king, non-binary, androgynous, they, them.
How dare you?
How dare you? That's a good one too. Yeah, non-binary Joker couldn't save him. Warner Brothers admits to taking a $200 million loss on this. And forgive me for the scrolling. I wanted to go down here to the bottom. They had, and this is no better today, like 100 people in the world fucking playing this game.
That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like connecting it to Arkham Asylum was a bad idea. That everyone's favorite Batman was probably not. Nope, you can get most of them. Really? Oh, okay, good. Okay, I thought he said for a second you can't. Yeah, good. Yeah, I've got them. I just haven't got a chance to play. So many things I'm gonna play. Well, see you later. Like literally, I'll see you later. Fucking Leona. All right. This is the last story of not the last one we'll talk about tonight, because like I said, we're going to the hour. We got more things to talk about. But this was the last story that came out today that I did, and it was about Bethesda. You know, we know they closed those other games studios. Some more cried about than others, but it's looking like the reason they did that is basically solely because of Game Pass. That it's not profitable. Whoops. They've said it. You can see here the biggest paradox with Game Pass is that basically every game that launches on the service badly misses its sales goals. Makes sense though. Why pay full price to buy a game when you can play it for free
that you
as
might
part
not
of
like.
Your subscription? Right. And this goes on to say that even those smaller games that might have been able to weather the storm and pick up some momentum didn't, because Game Pass overshadowed them in the couple of big ones. So yeah, but it was all bad.
It was
Again,
all that
another
day
one.
one shit. Like they should wait a certain amount of time and let it sell out some.
I mean, I've played Outer Worlds and I played Starfield and a bunch of other shit that just wasn't. I didn't have to purchase it. I was already paying. It was there, so why not? Bunch of things I would have purchased that they didn't see those sales. And yeah, I don't know how they mitigate it. Metal Gear Solid 4 is the end of Solid Snake's story. It's the movie game, a few cutscenes that are 30 to 40 minutes long, but after you play everything else, it's great to see. Yeah, is that it's the one where Kiefer Sutherland voices him, I believe. Yeah, yes, it was. And you know what? To that end, our boy Grummz, this tweet is from 2023. Game Pass is great for Microsoft and horrible for individual games. You know how games have to make money if they are so cheap on Game Pass? In-game purchases and predatory monetization. The goal is to get you in cheap, then monetize you like a casino. Y'all cheering this. And that is 100% what the game plan has always been for free-to-play games, which no one complains about because it's free to play. But yeah, that is essentially what it turned into. So yeah, I know. I'm selfish. I want to keep my Game Pass games, especially since I have it on both PC and Xbox. But it's just not. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, and I'd rather they just get rid of it altogether. And at this point, what the fuck do you even pay for Xbox for anymore? Like the party chat thing that we could achievements, years,
No.
just years of doing
I don't care
it.
anymore.
Yeah. They did it to themselves. They did it to themselves by not really. God, what happened to the Gears of War, the Gaze of War? What happened to the Halos? They should have, just telling you, they should have never outsourced the way they did. They should have never released unfinished products. But again, that's the red flag. Even without all the DEI, it was already on a downhill trajectory. And R2, I'm so glad you brought this up, because we do want to talk about Star Wars just for a second in here. But this is the good Star Wars. I just re-downloaded Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That is a great fucking plan for the weekend. Erwin is also playing this. He got to Dantooine. He took his Jedi trials. I mean, shout out to him. There's another Star Wars going on that's not the Acolyte that got downvoted to hell and is not soon to be Charmino Bait Noise. Also fun one. And that is, are you watching? Oh, you can't, because you're right. Have you pirated anything? Because otherwise, no. Yeah.
I don't do that.
Sure. They have thems in Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. Tales of the Empire, sorry. The Tales of the Jedi is the first one. Tales of the Empire is the sequel trilogy. Sequel series, rather. Shout out, what's going on, brother? Fucking another one of the GCA there. I have a pretty big Xbox library. I kind of hope it doesn't go anywhere. And he said, no, I have a huge library too. I have Xbox Series X. I just hope they get their shit together and give a reason for people to be excited again. Before we do the other thing, I want to I'm going to share this. This is only, I don't think we didn't play this morning, I don't think, but here, this is the scene. You go ahead and count yourself. Do you think this is a messaging, and how many times they say they and them?
And come with me.
It's finished.
They're still alive. We need to get them to the ship. We can save them.
Forget it. Let them die. It's not worth the trouble.
4 they thems, back and forth.
Surrender.
Irrelevant.
Oh, she did it again. Sorry, they were going to surrender. Sorry.
Jedi. The Jedi elephant.
Surrender.
Come on.
They
were about to surrender. Okay. I made my point, because Erwin was fighting me on this. Ooh, was he fighting me on this? He was like, well, maybe they meant the royal we. And I was like, bro, we've watched it a couple times. I'm telling you, I don't think they mean the royal we. I think this is a straight up, this is a fucking virtue signal. All right, we'll get to, we keep going with that one, because this is when you can't accuse us of not doing evidence. So first of all, David Hayter does the Jedi Knight voice in Knights of the Old Republic, or the Old Republic, the multiplayer MMO, which is really Knights of the Old Republic 3. David Hayter, who I'm going to meet in Dallas Fan Expo this year, voices Solid Snake in every game. And so shout out in the Old Republic. How many people are they talking about? Okay. So then it was like, no, maybe it's this. And so he wanted something official. And I was like, well, bro, what do you consider official? And he's like, well, Wikipedia. And I was like, Wikipedia that anyone can fucking edit? So I end up going to IMDb, right? Let's see what this character's name is.
Oh, no.
Got him. Rye Chase is the actress. They are the Jedi.
They sure have a pretty mouth.
Yeah.
Read me your forearm, baby girl.
It explains where and how their parents fucking abused them and left them alone with the wrong people in high school. When the kids said they were up there, I thought there was going to be a bunch of Jedi. Bro, no worries. I've tried to get into it for a while. I own them like on the Xbox, I think, and something like that. And yeah, go check out all the fun. Nagranal, what's up, bro?
And Charles
sneaks in. He sleeps in.
Yeah.
So Rye Chase, it says she is an actress. Could have fucking fooled me.
It says actor on top. Aww.
I think it says actress. I think that's a chosen pronoun, even though whatever fucking.
Oh, at the very top,
that was always a joke.
It does say actor, and then it says actress. Yes, below.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. Good for you. But also, it's like, why? I gotta get that one too. God, I am gonna have a list for you of shit. But anyway, that's one of the got 'em. So it's like, okay, no, they did it on purpose. It's fine. So that is 100% inserting ideology. Okay. Even though Bob says they don't do that. Hi,
Bob.
Yeah. Hi, Bob. Go fuck yourself. That's the Elon Musk to Bob. Misty Girl 42. To quote Salty Cracker and my own sentiment, there's only 2.5 Star Wars movies. Fuck them, midget bears people. Yeah, I agree. But I recognize 6 Star Wars movies myself. It's so funny. Like, that's one of those things. Is like, I don't know how J.J. Abrams was able to touch a Star Wars movies when he likes 1.5 Star Wars movies. He likes A New Hope and the end of Return of the Jedi, and he hates everything else.
So weird.
Yeah, show you on the dog.
Yeah,
but lens flare. There wasn't enough lens flare. Speaking of show you on the doll, this is because now we're into just free flowing. We're done. We're just chilling. So anything we could talk shit about Nerd Wars and his lack of watching, even though he's watching Trimmers and then falling down. But yeah, no, we can do whatever. But speaking of Gollum, because they've decided to, I don't know if people have heard about this, because they're doing the Gollum movie, there's been a fan film that's been around for 15 years. And these fucks didn't just copyright claim, because if you don't know, you can claim a video, which hopefully Jeremy doesn't claim me on some of mine. It's a fucking low hanging fruit.
Right.
Anyway, they didn't just copyright claim, meaning anything made would start going to Warner Bros. They gave him a strike. And on YouTube,
got
3 strikes, you're out. So douchey thing to do. But why? Oh, sorry. Hit the wrong button. But yeah, you can see just here, it's 39 minutes long. The video contains and they straight up, so I don't know, maybe that'll get fixed. Let me see who else is here, because I see people saying hail. Oh my god. Sorry, even though it's Saturday afternoon here in Guangzhou. The wife wants to go out. Hail the Badger. All right, well, don't get hit by a motor. I thought he was in Idaho, but Guangzou doesn't sound like it's in Idaho.
You're gonna get hit by a tuk-tuk.
Yeah, don't get hit by anything. Yeah. Rickshaw. Yeah, dude, that sounds scummy. Of all the things, like,
same.
I can't speak. I'm getting retarded. And I've also learned I can't spell anymore from all the autocorrect. I'll be doing something. I'm like, oh,
just let it happen.
Yeah. I don't have to talk anymore. Jen, shout out. I still follow Sinatra. I mean, there's no point because he deleted everything anyway. But yeah, it's because of that shite. All right. You like Frank Grillo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we heard Gunn say that if you play a role in the live action, we're going to try and get you to play a role in
like the animated and all that.
Girl,
Jesus.
Just gotta relax, loosen up, because if you tighten up, people can get hurt. You know, you just gotta loosen up and just let it
stretch.
Just stretch it out. Yeah, I agree, Anders. I agree. Shout out, girl. No, so he's gonna play Rick Flag's father. You got to say that. Jeremy would have said that as a gamer word. Rick Flag's father. Shout out to Flag Ninja and Figure Nagget. Those guys. If you've never seen them, they're very fun accounts that Ryan says with gusto and Jeremy says very slowly. Yeah, so Frank Grillo is going to be on the 2nd season of hot take. I didn't mind. I even liked their stupid opening. Yeah, they did a lot of dumb shit, and some of it was arguably woke, even if it was done better than others. But like,
right,
this whole fucking hypocrisy of James Gunn basically just kept the people he had and then fired everyone. I'm not about that. Like, this should not be a thing. He should have cut the cord. Otherwise, bring Henry back, right? So, because now it's just confusing, and now some shit's canon, some's not. The first season's canon, but this, it's dumb. It's dumb. But yeah, whatever. Frank Grillo, at least, he's cool in some things. And what was that, Kingdom, where it was an MMA on
Such
Netflix?
a damn good show.
Get 3 seasons?
I think so. It's been a while. I should watch that again.
Yeah. See, speaking of something that had 3 seasons, I still haven't watched the 3rd season, and then for some reason it's getting and because as you cue his name, cuts Henry, leaves his wife or whatever, and then puts her in fucking like Black Adam as like the CIA representative or the whatever representative for Waller. Y'all excited about that season 4 of The Witcher?
No.
You don't want this far superior Liam Hemsworth, the best of all the Hemsworth.
Somebody
Liam
better
is
make
clearly
a
the
joke.
best. I mean, he got Miley, right? That's clearly the bastion of sanity that we all know it is.
Hey,
so
that's cool.
Mo Zamboni for 2. Keenan for 2. Lauren Chin liked my RK meme tonight. I'm good. And isn't it funny how that's all it takes? Jay, Drunk 3PO, liked my post about a butter dish, and I got a dopamine hit. I was happy. Isn't that nice that that's all it takes? Plus, Jay is like the Forrest Gump of our world. So he's literally done everything. He's been everywhere. He's met multiple people. He's been a part of multiple. He's a little
and
simple
just
in
humble,
the best ways. Just very,
like
and by simple, I mean not held down by complicated thoughts. Unless you get him on politics, then he fucking all of a sudden pops to life. Like shout out to any time he's been on Cobra Cast. He's fucking actually quite fiery.
And then of course keep him away from Winnie the Pooh.
And he doesn't know words until he does, but he has the best words. Shout out Mo Zamboni. Shout out. Oh, let me see. Did you see? Yes, you guys did him dirty, dude. To a Beardo. Yeah, you guys did him real dirty. Fucking Beardo. Beardo was going through puberty today, early in the morning. Jay doesn't grow his channel because he spends his time growing it. Bro, Jay has a history of pirates, which he grows. He has his channel, which has over 80,000 people, which he like complains about, but it's substantial. So yeah, he could if he wanted to. He's just, that's the thing is once you start making multiple channels. Henry was a perfect Geralt. They abused and only partially used him. Then as a man of integrity, he left. Thank God the Witcher series is dead. So shout out to Bo DeMeo, X-Men 97 writer of the first 2 seasons who was fired. He's the one that told us, because he used to work on The Witcher. He's the one that told us that Lauren Histridge or whatever her name is, that they hated basically the lore. They didn't like the books. These, patriarchy this, evil that, and they didn't like, that's all that shit about him being difficult, about Henry being difficult. It was because he was saying, well, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen in the chats. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, how dare he stick to material?
Yeah, turn my screensaver off on this laptop. Yeah, how dare he walk around with a fucking book in his hand saying, no, Henry, how about we say this? How about we do this? And yeah, Lauren did make her own shit. Didn't you love that Blood Origin on Netflix? That's what they could do. And they ruined lore, but like it was largely her unrestrained by lore. She ruined it. Hayden. Okay, Jesus Christ. Hayden. Henry Cavill as Geralt, he played it like the video game Geralt. He did the voice like Geralt, like Doug Cockle from the 2nd and 3rd game. So like, yeah, he did everything right. That's why at least like he wasn't fucking ruined. His was good. It was just everything around him. And then of course they turned it, and he even said it, and he was so polite when he said it. Like they basically turned it into a Ciri and a Yennefer story, and he had to reframe it.
You know what?
The Witcher broads were fucking dumb, embarrassing that they treated Henry like that. It's super. That's the other thing. Such a nice base dude, and they had to fucking. And it looks like it might happen again with Warhammer, depending. Yeah, look at this. So that's the stunt double. That's not Liam Hemsworth. That's the stunt double. But still,
right.
I know it's just funny.
The Witch.com cosplay outfit.
Speaking of, yeah, I got the I'm not gonna do it like Erwin unless you really grift off that. I've got the Witcher swords in like foam so we can actually fight with them. Because the non-gay sword fighting. Okay, this is the last one before we coast home of just bullshitting with the chat. We've been hearing about that Cape Crusader that left Amazon it left HBO Max. This is Bruce Timm. Remember the guy that made the Batman we all love.
Right.
And it landed over there at Amazon. But we were also hearing it's going to be woke, but then it's going to be brutal. We know what the fuck's going on. So,
is this the one with the now apparent Asian? Yeah.
So there's the Batman, which is fine. He's got his classic. They didn't go with the purple gloves, but the classic look.
Good. First appearance.
Harley Quinn. There's Harleen Quinzel.
Harley Quinn.
Notice they kept the same expert girl and Laura Chen gonna be mad at you. They kept the same look, but they Asianed her up. Look at those eyes. They gave a little slant, and here we go. Change the color scheme. She got little boobies, little Asian boobies, little peach tits. Isn't that nice? Oh, diversity.
I can't wait.
That's your new Harley Quinn.
I want to hear her say pudding.
Oh, Mr. Joker.
Oh, I was a problem.
Harley, I told you to make my kung fu powder. That's the powder he takes before. It's really just cocaine, but kung fu powder is what he snorts in vigorous quantities before fighting Batman.
I'd hate to find out what the happy ending is.
Oh, by the way, you want to guess who this is?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's not Lucius Fox. It's not the mayor. It's not it is the commissioner, but this is Jim Gordon. Damn, girl, you said hi to Sonia. You said hi to Leon quickly. Welcome back. Thank you. Bee stings. Hey, Peach Tits need love too, though. They do. At least they didn't make her a board. They could have made her a board.
They gave some definition. She better have a fat ass.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure that's what this guy said too. Girl. Said that Harleen. Yeah, what's her last name? Her name can't be Quinzel unless her dad's name.
Oh, she was
Quinatachi.
She was adopted.
Harleen Quinatachi. Asian Harley Quinn and Black Jim Gordon in the 1940s. What are you talking about, Hayden? Why are you laughing? It's like that wouldn't totally be possible. Oh, let me get this straight, Hayden. You'll believe that a grown man could run around in a Batman outfit, but you don't believe that a black man become a police officer or that an Asian become a psychologist? You're a fucking racist and a bit. You see how easy it is? I really do want to make a fake. You know how Crowder has like the fake woke guy? Yeah. It's so easy to fucking parrot everything that they would say.
Ooh, we got to get you like a Fear the Beardo account. Get you like a Tardo Badger.
Fucking that's how Lore Channel makes Kung Fu powder, baby. Boy, I can't wait till that shit gets legal. No, because I know what the 1940s was like. No, baby. We got that revisionist history shit where diversity's always existed. We've always had a perfect ethnic mix through all of our, even though that's not true today. We've always been perfectly balanced in all things. Yeah, Kung Fu powder. It is funny how everyone thinks that Erwin and I are on Kung Fu powder. It's like, no, this is just pure, unadulterated passion that my whole life people are like, bro, you should be on TV or something. You got a lot going on over there. This is what it is.
I did notice that they kept the redhead alone on the show. That was cool.
Yeah, but no, they didn't. So this is Catwoman. I like the Bruce Wayne look cool. I'm fine with that. And yeah, that's Clayface. I don't know why they made him look like the Shadow with a blade. But that's supposed to be Clayface. I don't know, man. I don't like it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and disavow, bro. Let's see. Yeah, now we just go in for a soft landing because unlike being on Kung Fu powder, which keeps you going and going and going. Let me see if there's anything else we can talk about. Sonia, how is Leon doing? What's he talking about over there? I always like to find out. Are you excited for Superman? Have the memes made you excited?
If you're asking me,
I'm
not particularly. Although I did see, and I don't know the truth to it, but I saw a picture claiming to be Corn Sweat all swole out.
Yeah, but then when you put him on that baggy ass suit and he doesn't.
That's why I think that picture was shit.
Yep.
She's in everybody's mouth.
I mean, honestly, I don't think we'll be talking about her in another month. I don't think. I think this one scared her, and I think Kotaku's going to fire her soon. That's just me personally. I don't know. Oh, because what does she have?
Okay.
What does she have?
I was just going to open that up. I learned something new today.
Okay.
Thank you, Breezy.
Yeah, see, I'm used to the version of
Yeah. So this is the well, duh. That's why he was wearing the
yeah.
first. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
I can't suspend the disbelief for race swapping characters in the 1940s. As fun as the show could have been, they shit on it with those reveals. Yeah, no, there's a lot of. I don't trust anything from Amazon these days. I'll tell you that right now. They are fully corrupted. That's why it's so like iffy on this Henry Cavill Warhammer thing. That first of all, it's looking more and more like they did what they did just so that they can justify it on the live action, and also it's like, how much pull exactly does he have? Which is, I don't think it's as much as, but I don't know. I don't know.
How much pull does he have?
Pull does he have? Like, can he weather?
Thinking about dirty stuff.
Can he weather the storm? I don't know.
For an hour.
That's a callback. That's a callback.
Bring them all back around.
No, I don't know. I don't know. So I was looking if there was anything we missed. I don't think there is. That's the thing. It's like so much has happened, but not much has happened.
Have you heard anything? Pardon me. Have you heard anything about Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, I've heard that it's boring. Yeah. Everyone's saying it's boring, and that while no, they didn't do the Charlton Heston version. They did sort of do that version and replaced it with strong women who are from a lesbian commune. If you listen to what Gary was saying, I don't know if that's true, but did anyone see Planet of the Apes? Because I got a homie that wants to go see it. I don't want to spend fucking $17 to see this movie if it's not good. Oh, well, look at this. Fandom Pulse, just as I picked it up. Maybe we'll go through this as a family.
I've seen that video. It ends weird.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes makes apes grading. Maybe I could be like Ryan and record my videos live on the stream while you guys watch. He does that. I don't know how he does that.
It's pretty cool because he doesn't have a rat on his ass.
No, it's easy. You just ignore everyone. Here, let me do a little switch. Switch to this side of the screen for this, because I'm a proficial. Shout out John Morrow, who showed up once and hasn't shown up again. The reviews between Gore and Gary were vastly different. Okay. All right. But at least they all liked Fall Guy. Lesbian STEM colony, according to Roddy. Yeah, but then I think it was like, no one come to my there. I'll get you in free. Girl.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I need to. This is another one I need you to get. It's from the second Kill Bill when she goes to the whorehouse in Cuba, and he goes, "I warn you, I am susceptible to flattery." I need to get that one. All right, what is going on, everyone? No, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes lopes into theaters this weekend. Yeah. But did people like it? Andy Serkis doesn't come back, so that's not. I know it's basically about a fish out of water thing. God damn you, Hayden! Look at you. It's just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. All right, read that in a second. It's not iffy on the Warhammer thing anymore. Games Workshop made his favorite faction now include women. I mean, it always did, but specifically they wanted them in power armor, and Games Workshop was like, we can't do it with Space Marines. So even though they already had Sisters of Battle, they fucking gave them Custodes. Games Workshop probably pushed on by Amazon. I wouldn't be surprised if Henry walks away. Well, we've heard he's pissed, even though he's not leaving. I'll come back to this in a second. Yeah. So here's the whole thing. And with Carl Benjamin Sargon of Akkad was on, shout out Critical Drinker. He was on there with Grummz, and they were talking about this. And it was his theory that, yes, we all know that Amazon has those inclusion standards for all of their things, 3 out of 5 from an underrepresented group. And when they asked Henry, he said, no, you can't do Space Marines. And Games Workshop said, no, even Games Workshop, who is woke, no, our fans would riot if we did that. And then they went through a back and forth process, and they just settled on Custodes. But the reason you can tell that this is a capitulation and done solely for the live action is, as pointed out, they're not actually giving any models of the female Custodes. So they did a lore update in the Codex, which pissed everyone off. Warhammer's a miniatures game. If you hadn't been paying attention, we just saw the price raise. So they're not even getting that meaning it was done just so people could fucking have it there. So this is a bad, we're different. You're just looking at the entirety of man, not the different factions in the Imperium of man. Yeah, point is, it's never enough, and they wanted what they wanted, and they've done this now so they can say, see, it's in the lore. It's in the lore. That Henry and his wife, but yeah, I don't know if they're married yet, but him and his girlfriend, who's an agent, and she's pregnant now, so probably gonna be wifing her up. They had supposed to have a substantial amount of it, like it was they took the rights to Amazon, but you just know that Amazon has their own influence, and I don't know. We also heard that Henry might have announced it earlier than Games Workshop announced. So we're not clear exactly how much control Henry has between Games Workshop and the little triumvirate of those three. But I don't know. I guess it will depend solely on what Henry says. If Henry comes out and says, "Yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm not going to let another Witcher happen to me."
Yeah, but then the question is, will they back down? If he stands up that way,
the fan, if he leaves, that show is done.
Yeah,
if he leaves, that show is done.
They'll walk.
It's also, yeah, it's super bleary, and dreary, bleary and dreary. He must not have too much control if it happened. No. There is a big fucking difference between control of what happens in Games Workshop's canon,
some of their people,
and what he does in Amazon based on Games Workshop canon, or even which fucking rule set he chooses to go, what story. I think everyone's talking about him actually playing the God Emperor, and if they don't do it now, it's like the best. But the point is, yeah, we don't know exactly what the fine line. In other words, if Disney or somehow they give me full run to make a Star Wars and I can do whatever, yeah, is Disney canon out there? Yeah, but I can also completely fucking ignore it. And that's what Henry might be able to do. So yeah, this is the thing, is like the three parties is what's complicating it between Games Workshop, Amazon, and Henry and his production company. It's very hard to suss out where the overlap, the Venn diagram of that, where the overlap is. So, but we'll keep at it. We'll keep doing it. Apparently I'm a full-time streamer now, except for Thursday. So you'll see me somewhere, and we'll talk about this. And trust me, there's a lot of weaponized autism to go around to figure this out. But yeah, really, I think at this point we're waiting for Henry to say something. Let's finish this real quick. Yeah, I saw the one, whatever the last one was with Woody Harrelson. Is yeah, you fucking asshole. This is channel lore. I'm a Stellar Blade channel. At least I've never lied, and I never looked at the Wikipedia and pretended that was, you can tell because I pronounced a bunch of shit wrong. But I was open. It was like, I care about this because one, it's another franchise being ruined. Like, it's like the what's her face from Olivia Wilde's character from Cowboys and Indians, where she just goes to planet following the aliens that destroy his race, trying to stop it. I just go around following DEI and agenda from one franchise to another. I'm from another world that was already destroyed by the bridge agenda, but I'm here to try to save yours, Warhammer fans. And unfortunately, a lot of these Warhammer fucks, yeah, I'm talking to you, they are just taking this. They're fucking doing all the copium that I hear from other franchises. What's the big deal?
It's like they haven't seen the crumbling in all the other groups.
That is what's fucking depressing, is when you try to show them, you're screaming like, bro, your shit is about to get pushed in, trying to help you here, and they just don't care. What's the big deal? And by the time they realize it, you got extra prices on your figures. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's see this. This, from Fandom Pulse at least, says Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a masterclass in the art of cinema, excelling in visual storytelling, reveling in classic film tropes, and taking visual effects to a level never seen before. Huge amounts of world building are deftly conveyed without exposition, and the computer-generated characters are more expressive than ever. All right, I think I can still wait for streaming, though. I really can. I don't know. Nothing about that is really making me go out there. Cat's paw, things are never changing in that industry, and if it isn't the distributor, he will always have a little bit of red teeth. Yeah, well,
so my movie theater does $5 Tuesday viewings, so that might be a $5 watch.
I support all the movie theaters playing all the classic things that everyone should have watched. All right, Badger, since I'm on the verge of making a channel, let me ask you, with the way the YouTube algorithm works, do you need to have a certain thing you make content about, or can I just talk about the things I want? Okay. Can you talk about the things you want? No, but yes. For you, the things that you want to talk about, if I believe it's what we normally talk about, bridge, agenda, DEI, yeah, but you know how it is. You've heard everyone say it. There's a reason Jeremy has fucking 20 channels. The algorithm likes consistency, and the algorithm likes uniformity, and they're like, if you fucking talk about Hollywood and movies, you should only talk about Hollywood and movies. If you want to do it likes you to, yeah.
I haven't started my channel.
And so you also, once you're monetized, because Erwin always told me this, and then it ended up being true, and YouTube basically told me, like, we'll learn to trust you. But that's, as long as you, it's like a window, right? So if you look at Hypnotic, he doesn't do what I do, right? He doesn't do reaction videos to Gary or Drink or other things. He doesn't cover Hollywood, but he does cover DEI and agenda. And if that's in gaming or movies, he covers it. And so we cover some of the same things, but from different slants. Now, we're both hitting some of the same algorithm, but that fucking algorithm is a mystical one. So it's a long way to say that, like, for you, I don't know what you would call it, but if you just said it called like Hayden Wayne Talks and just kept talking about what you want to talk about, I think you would get your audience. Because even that is, once you find your audience, it's just about the repetition. And
well, and the audience may not like all three of those things you mentioned, but they might like two of them and then gain interest in another.
So the way games, movies, politics stuff. Okay. Sort of exactly what I'm doing. And the way you're going to get away with this is by you will have to constantly try and do what I try and do, is show the through line. Whether you're talking about games, movies, or whatever. Like when someone asked me, like, are you going to talk about pop culture or politics? And I said, yes.
Yes.
Right. Because you can't talk about games or movies without talking about politics.
Especially now.
It's all blended. So yeah, you can. It's a lot. You can, but just be expected if sometimes you talk about something you're really passionate about and no one gives a shit. I can talk about things I give a shit all about, but if the algorithm doesn't support it, then it's just you find folks. And yeah, it's a fucking mystery. Just do it for fun and build a community. And by the way, that's sort of what I did. I said it's going to take a year, maybe 2 years, maybe never. And that's the other thing people have to accept. Some people just don't have it.
Yeah.
Hayden, you have it. I'm not lying to you. Mo Zamboni, I've said he has it. There's other people I see. It doesn't matter what algorithm, how tight your thumbnails are, how good your tags are. No one just wants to have. You just don't have that spark. Some do. And if you do, then yeah, just keep talking about what you want to talk about, when you want to talk about, and hopefully the algorithm lines up. And then you can always sort of tailor it, make it, drag people to what you want to talk about. When I super about bridge, I do try to show through lines with things. I'm more about games, catch movies occasionally, but I have super limited time. You just have to find out what you want your release schedule. I'm a fucking psychopath. I have the time. I said 3 videos a day.
Fucking understatement.
You could do 1 video a day. You could do 1 video a month. But once you pick, I'm a dummy. So once I decide to stream, now I'm streaming. I'm not stopping, because that's how people learn the patterns. That's what Geeks and Gamers Daily did. So you just got to pick your pattern. If you don't have that much time, I mean, look at Leon. Leon works a full job. And then when he can, he does his 3 videos for the next day. Hypnotic has a life. He does his, and he streams. It's just, you just got to work it in where you can, but it's just about consistency and authenticity. And thankfully, you're authentic as fuck, bro. So I don't even think you have to worry about that. Yeah, it seems like you'd begin to hate it if you try. Okay, yeah, and that's that fucking Hassan shit of like, if you're fake or if you do it in a false way, you'll start to resent it. I'd be talking about all this stuff, ranting to Techrat and my parents, regardless. So the fact that I now can make money doing it and spread the message, the anti of the bad message, and maybe just get back to some actual nuance to really good shit, that is just a fucking positive. And it seems like, Hayden, same with you, you'd be talking about this shit no matter what. So since you can throw together a sentence, if you build it, they will come. You guys have all come. Look at you. We had over 30 people here watching, super chats up the yin yang. I'm fucking going insane over here. If you show up and the universe wills it, the synchronicities will happen. And just let go to the force, the will of the force. And yeah, I worked out. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing it pretty well so far. And it's so proud of everyone here. Seriously. I heard it when I said it, but I was all right with it. And I'm glad that you called it out, Anders, because we're not selfish lovers around here, despite what some of us might have been accused of. We all last at least an hour, not 38 seconds like those schmucks on other channels. And we all came. That's the type of equity I'm for. We all come to the same finish line on this channel.
You always left me smiling and wanting more.
Yeah, we can all come together at least an hour a week. Except for Thursdays. That's the time to watch Open Bar and maybe Beyond It if Drinker ever. By the way, if you ever want to see me back on there, you got to hit him up. Of course, he never reads the super chat, so there's no point over there. You know, most of the time I'm just ill-tempered. That's why it's so funny when I do actually get angry and people go, oh, he's getting angry. Oh, he's getting angry. Yeah, we're at 5 more minutes and then we're going to go over to Leon.
That's me at a 7.
How
you don't want to see a 10.
How did you know that I was, maybe I was talking about another channel. Maybe subconsciously that was a stray bullet that you threw, Akak. Think about yourself and your life choices. I'm gonna tell Az that you said that. By the way, I feel bad now, but I also feel good.
No, you don't.
People are saying goodbye. We got more people than Leon, and Leon always had more than me. This is a switch. I'm not going to tease him, but if someone were to tease him in the chat, we'll do that. We're all going to rate him, and then he's going to.
We're going to dump over there right now.
I know it's going to be great. I'll give him a super chat and everything. Make him feel real good about himself. I appreciate that, man. I'm planning on seeing how my mobile hotspot can possibly run. Yeah, because you're out there in those fields. Bro, you might have to look into
Starlink.
Thank you. Skynet. You need to look into Skynet, bro, so they can shoot you the internet.
Then we can start giving you back some of your money.
Not going to tease him, but I'm not going to tease. I didn't tease him when I passed him in subs. I'm not going to fucking tease him about viewer. I do like, so funny that we started off like fighting when I went on there, even though I think we were arguing about two completely different things. Let me stop talking about Leon for a second. Orden Royce, I don't have it, so I tried to support what I can. So here, take my money. Oh, bro. And again, all you have to do is like and sub. You guys don't have to feel compelled to do it all. I mean, if you can, thank you. It's appreciated, of course, but likes and subs and shares are more than enough. But thank you, Mr. Royce, sir. What is that thumbnail? Looks like a taser in it. I'm going to have to look that up more. Thank you so much, guys. Seriously. And yeah, guys, let me mods in the chat. I think I can do it here too. Everyone go over to it's like I have some weird OCD, like we have to go the full fucking 4 more minutes until 2 hours. That's Leon, so be sure to go over to Leon. And yeah, bro, I've heard there's different packages. I know. I think Jeremy from the Courting pays like 3 G's. I'm not sure if it's a year though. I think it's a year, but like then he has anywhere. And yeah, follow all the people, follow all mods, drop all the links to all the people. By all means, make sure to like, share, and sub. Let me look because fucking we got 2 back. Like we were almost at it doesn't matter. We got some more subs. We're about 60 away from 4,000. Laud, did you make 3 videos? We did, and we covered those 3 videos. We went over them. I have yet to miss 3 videos a day. And the couple of times where I thought I was going to give up and not make 3 videos a day, and I did make that 3rd one, it ended up popping off. So consistency, willpower, and here's the real thing while we are in this last 3 minutes, there's something called resistance. And it's a thing. Just do it tomorrow. Just do it later. Yeah, it's procrastinate, but resistance. What you have to do, and I spent 38 years being a slacking piece of shit. And it's only in the last 2 years I've gotten it together. You need to be the boss of your own life. And when you hear that resistance in your head, you need to slam it down with the force of 1,000 suns and say, look at me. And so instead of making the video later, you say, fuck it. You sit down, you make the video. You stop putting off the shit. You just do it. And I promise you will feel so much fucking better after you get done what you should have gotten done a long time ago. Someone who just got all their taxes and got a bunch of money back and just took care of a bunch of life quests that I should have, just fucking say no to the resistance and do it. And on that note, this motherfucker be making that video. We'll all grow our channels. Hayden be making his. Let's get on it, doggone it. Sorry. Camelot, don't sue me.
Okie dokie.
Fight Milk. That was my Tony Robbins for the day. And remember, keep on going and keep on growing, and you too can be a rising star. Actually, says you too will go far and be a rising star. Shout out to Roger Ryan Athay. Been a while since I've been on that dude's show. He made me. Did you know that? Bro, lot.
Yeah.
That's because I knew it. So okay, I normally don't ask people to hit the notifications, but apparently YouTube really is not fucking recommending. So if you haven't hit the notifications on my videos, you probably should. And then that way, maybe when it gets all worked out, you can turn it back off or whatever. Because I know notifications are annoying, but yeah, it's not recommending my shit to subs. So, and a lot of we've all seen that. So yeah, make sure to give all, if you watch someone, make sure to go to their channel physically and look to see, because YouTube ain't fucking doing the recommendations. So thank you everyone for showing up. We had a good amount of people tonight. Trying to see, refresh, 56 likes. Yeah, shout out. That's it. I think we're gonna go. So everyone go over to Leon. I will see you over there. Shout out to the GCA, the 199, the Bigot Army, and we will see you next Friday. And well, tomorrow morning on Nerd Wars, 10 a.m. PST, 1 o'clock God time, or whatever the fuck he calls it. So thanks, guys. Thank you for all the super chats. Real quick, let me raid them. Great Deadpoolio, Lod, Tech Mouse, who's totally not related to Techrat, Words of Paradise, Alec, Baldwin's Finger, Hayden, Anners, who we all summoned you. I'm glad. I Hayden a bunch, Mo Zamboni. Hayden, you're putting the kids I don't have through college. And that last one from Royce. All right, people. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you. We will see you over at Leon's stream. And bye-bye. Smile and wave, boys.
Bye.
Smile.